Now let's look at this example of a receipt taken from a restaurant where the customer paid in total $13.90. They purchased four products. Each product is taxed at the same VAT rate, which is 19%. And the amount shown right across here is the amount paid for each item after tax. So in total they paid 13.90 euros, which includes the 2.22, which is the VAT amount charged on the total. So how did they arrive at that amount? Now, if you just look at the receipts here, you see that you have the price before and after VAT. So you simply subtract 1168 from 1390. In this case, it's very simple. See, the results will give you exactly 2.22. But now our receipt shows the price before tax. So let's say for the sake of this example, I don't have the price before tax. And I want to verify, or I want to calculate the tax or the VAT amount, based on the price, including tax. Now, there's two ways of doing it here. I can actually do it individually for each item, individually calculate the VAT amount, then add them up, or I can actually do it at the total level. So let's try both ways. So if you do it at the total level here, and this is the price including VAT or including GST, and from formula number three, the VAT amount is equal to 19 over 119 times 1390. And the answer is 2.22, which is the answer here. Now, since the VAT amount is consistent, i.e. it is the same for all the products, so I'm going to try and calculate the VAT amount for each item, then add them up together. So if I just come here, and this is the price including GST. So if I just come here and say, well, the VAT amount or the GST amount paid on this individual product is equal to 19 over 119%, and that again, as per equation number 3, we multiply by 2.5. That equals to 0.40. If I repeat the same thing for item number 2, this time we multiplied by 1.7, and it's 0.27. Now item number 3, is equal to 0.77, and the last item times 4.90 is equal to 0.78. So that's the VAT amount. That is the VAT amount here. Okay, so if I add up all the VAT amount, I will end up with 2.22, which is the same as the one we got at the total level. Now let's look at this final example before we move on to the next section. Now this particular example is quite interesting because we have mixed VAT amount or mixed percentages. So what do we have here? We have a receipt where a customer bought a number of items and they paid in total 78.30 euros. So that is the price after VAT or after tax. That's PI, and which includes an amount of 10.44, and that is the VAT amount. Now, if I want to actually verify that amount, I can simply go to equation number 3, which states that I have to multiply PI by the percentage to get the VAT amount. But in our case here, we have two percentages. We have the 10% and the 25%, because in certain countries the tax rate is not fixed. So what do we do about this specific case? So we have to actually calculate the tax amount or the VAT amount at the individual level. And the way to do that, if you simply come to the the amount being paid by the customer at point of sales, again, it's 78.30. That 78.30 has been split into two amounts, 47.80, which is taxable at the rate of 10%, and 30.50 taxable at the rate of 25%. And when the calculation is being done, we end up with a VAT amount of 4.34 and 6.10 respectively. So let's go ahead and verify those two numbers using equation number 3. So to start with, let's start by writing the total amount paid by the customer. So that's BI, including VAT, which is in euros, is 78. Oops, let me just fix this. 78.30, which consists of 47.80 plus 30.50. Now the first part is taxable at the VAT rate of 10%, and the second one at 25%. All right. Now to calculate the VAT amount, now we start with the one which is taxable at 10% here, and using equation number 3, so I'll write the equation number here. It is 10% over 110% multiplied by 47.80, which is equal to 4.34, and that is the amount here. In the same way, we do it for the remaining amount, which is taxable at the rate of 25% over 125% times 30.50, and that equal to 6.10, and that is the second VAT amount. And of course, if we add the two together, we get 10.44, which is the VAT amount. Now, one thing I would like to leave you with before we move to the next section, but to explain it, let me just first draw the block, which is a summary of the findings. So yes, we know that this is the VAT amount, and that amount goes to the taxman, which is equal to 10.44, and the amount paid by the customer at point of sales is 78.30 euros. So that's PI. All right. Now, if we just subtract the first from the second one, 10.44 from 78.30, I will get the price excluding VAT, which is 67.86. It's not shown here on the receipts, but just for the purpose of explaining, I've just had to actually mention it here. So really, what I would like to say, if I come and divide 10.44, which is the VAT amount, and I divide it by 67.86, which is PE, so that's the VAT over PE, and multiply the whole lot by 100%, I will get 15.33%, which is the actual VAT rate applied, or in other words, it is the average VAT rate applied. So it wasn't actually 25, wasn't exactly 10%, but the average VAT rate applied on this specific receipt was 15.33%. Now let's look at some actual receipts, with this specific one applicable at the GST or at the VAT rate of 19%. 19%. And let's see how they arrive at the GST amount or the VAT amount. For your reference, I've listed the formulas for you on the right-hand side of the screen just for your quick reference. And remember, in terms of the tax payable by the consumer, it can be called GST, VAT, TVA, or some other names, but at the end of the day, it's the same concept but different rates. So let's look closely at this receipt. First, we'll assume that this receipts there are no VAT exempt. In other words, all products are taxable. All products are taxable. So the customer bought a number of items and they paid an amount of £15.30 at point of sale. So that's the price including VAT. The price including VAT, which includes a VAT amount of £2.44. So that is the VAT amount. So how did they arrive at that amount, which is 2.44, given that the tax rate is 19%? So if I look at the right-hand side of the screen and I've got equation number 3, since I have the price including GST, I can go ahead and calculate the GST amount. So from equation number 3, the GST amount is equal to the VAT rate, which is 19%, over the VAT rate plus 100%. So that is 119%. 119%. Okay, and then we'll multiply by the price including GST or including VAT, which is 15.30. And when I do the calculation, I will end up with something like 2.44, which is the VAT amount. So graphically, if I just come here and just draw each one. So this is the VAT amount, that's the price before tax, and that's what the customer paid at point of sales. In terms of the VAT, that is 2.44, and then price including VAT is 15.30. Now to calculate the price excluding VAT, we simply subtract the VAT amount from PI, or you can use any of the other equations. You can use equation 5 if you like. Equation number 5, you simply divide the price including GST by 119. In either case, you will get the same amount, which is really equal to 12.86.